versatility and sweet nature is why he is loved by so many of the children. Sugarfoot stepping into this building shows how calm he is and shows why he is perfect for the therapeutic riding program. Sugarfoot was also the PATH International Certified 2013 Horse of the Year. With Sugarfoot is Carol Young, who is the Executive Director of Beyond Strides, and she is also a certified instructor.
So I'm going to swing
She
his
has had
hip
40 years of
down in there.
experience with horses, and her involvement and love for killing strides is truly an inspiration.
So you want to mount your rider?
Yes. So do you mind quickly talking about the saddle we need?
It's a chain. Oh my gosh. Similar to a snake.
Okay. So what's so special about the saddle?
So this saddle we had designed and made by a guy in Texas, and we designed it for our folks that have cerebral palsy. And so if you don't know anything about cerebral palsy, typically there's different stages and levels of it. And so if someone is very, very tight in their body and very restricted, they don't have the core muscles that it takes to hold them in place. Cognitively, in other words, their brain works like yours and mine does. It's perfectly normal. Sometimes they can't speak to us, but their brain functions, but their body doesn't. So our darling little Emmy is going to be a pretend student for us. And so normally we would at the barn have a lift, and on that lift we would lift them out of the wheelchair and swing them over the horse and then set them back down. And so obviously we're not set up for that in here, so we're going to have her pretend. And what we do is normally when you get on a horse, you push foot in the stirrup, you swing your right leg over and you mount. We're going to have her face Vienna, and then we're going to do what's called a croup mount, where we swing the leg over the front. Now, for those of you who are really interested, you can go to YouTube and go ahead and put her up. There's a video called Jimmy Loves Therapeutic Riding, and it shows the lift, it shows Sugarfoot, and it shows exactly how the saddle works. So we're going to swing her leg across the front, and typically they're really, really tight in their inner thigh. And so what happens is we bring both legs forward and twist their hips in the saddle, and then just very gently let the legs come apart and down around the horse. So we're asking to lower his head. And then normally they're going to ride with their leg forward a little bit, and then the movement of the horse is very rhythmically like our movement. And so that as the horse walks, it lets those muscles relax and loosen up, and then the leg can come down into position. Sometimes you'll never get them like we would. We think about sitting on a horse, but really what you're doing is standing over a horse. And so you're trying to open those hip flexors up and use the movement of that horse to get that body working. We have, like I said, Jimmy is the one in the video, and that's a great way to watch, and you can kind of see his body relax. That strap comes around and gives them that core holding so that they can't flop over and fall. There's an emergency switch on here. We call it, it's really just leather straps. But if she were to fall, you don't ever want to tie anybody to a horse because that could be deadly if a horse were to fall on you. And so if she were to fall, this would come off and then she could fall. We would want her to fall off versus under the horse.
Okay, and then you also want to have 2 sidewalkers and a leader. And the 2 sidewalkers, depending on how dependent the rider is, you want to have an ankle hold and also a thigh hold, and sometimes even a back hold if you don't have that special saddle. And I just kind of want to talk about different exercises that they do. The first being extending the arms over your head, and and that's how you stretch the muscles in your back. Another is extending your arms outside, outstretched to the side, and then you start swinging your arms alternately forward and backwards, and this loosens the muscles but also strengthens them. And then that saddle might be a little more difficult, but you also want to twist your midsection, and that kind of strengthens your back muscles as well. And you also want to touch the tail, which is
Remember that she's being held by that strap, so she can really reach up and she can bend.
Right. And then, I don't know with that strap if you can touch your toes too, is that kind of cool? But it also helps strengthen the back muscles and loosens them up.